Today I am here with Justin Spears, head of the UofT Fitness Club.
For a lot of people, fitness, sports, all that, it ends right after high school. I knew nothing. I thought push-ups and sit-ups and bicep curls were working out. Super addicted to caffeine. If you think you're addicted to caffeine, I'm really addicted to caffeine. Like people will drink Starbucks. I'm like, yeah, I'm addicted to caffeine. Especially guys with winter coming, please go get vitamin D. This whole seasonal depression thing, just get vitamin D.
Do you drink?
No, zero alcohol.
Zero alcohol.
Zero
Smoking?
Zero alcohol, zero smoking.
Respect.
I'm the oldest of seven.
It's
a different approach, right? With little sisters, you got to be so involved, so encouraging. I bring my girlfriend flowers, and I try to show them that. I try to show them how I treat my girlfriend when she's around. Or
What was your reason for starting the fitness club?
boredom. He was super intent on doing like information, education, all that. I was like, no, it's a bad idea. People don't want that. I know people don't want that because they have Google. People want friends. Everyone talks about how lonely UofT is. People want friends. People want to go to the gym with people. People want to discuss. Grade 4, what's ADHD?
Yeah.
Grade 8, why does half the class have it?
Yeah.
I had a guidance counselor email my mom and say, hey, I think Justin might have ADHD. I've never done this whole accommodation. I've never even looked into it. I'm not doing it. It does something to you mentally when you have people telling you you're less.
How do people not see this side of it too? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the VoV podcast, Voices of Vic. Today I am here with Justin Spears, head of the UofT Fitness Club. Justin, what's up, man? How's it going?
Good. It's weird because we were just talking.
We were just talking
seconds ago, and now we have to pretend that we've never met, never spoke before.
Yeah, nice to meet you, man.
Yeah, nice to meet you. It's great. It's Carter, right?
Carter, yeah, Justin.
Yeah, Justin.
Head of the UofT Fitness Club.
Yeah, that's what they call me.
Awesome. What can you say about your club? Actually, you know what? We'll get into that later. I originally wanted to ask you about fitness in general. What got you into fitness? Everyone has a story. Everyone has a journey.
Mine's.
How did yours start?
Okay, well, I played sports, right?
Yeah.
Played sports growing up. School sports, out of school, just everything. I was doing everything. But then COVID happened, and I graduated, and kind of ends there, right?
Yeah.
For a lot of people, fitness, sports, all that, it ends right after high school. Unless they play varsity or whatever. But so I stopped. COVID happened. I wasn't doing anything. I wasn't working out. I was just at home playing video games for 2 years. And then I met this girl, and, we were talking, we'd hang out. And she's not my girlfriend, but at the time she wasn't. And we were hanging out, and I was talking to her. I'm like, yeah, I used to play sports. Used to be super in shape. I was like, great. Like, I'm out of shape, so I got to get back into it. She was like, oh, yeah, my dad was a bodybuilder.
Yeah.
I was like, okay. And I knew nothing about that. I just knew they were orange, right? I knew they were orange and huge.
Yeah, scary dad to be dating his daughter, right?
Yeah. Trust me, he gets, So, she was like, oh, I can help you. What are your fitness goals?
Yeah.
Do you want to, be better at sports? Is it for mobility, strength? And I looked her dead in the eye. And this was probably the third time we'd hung out. And she was up until that point, I was a pretty normal guy to her, right? I was just like, polite, whatever. And I look her dead in the eye. It was in the Pizza Nova on Spadina.
Yeah.
Look her dead in the eye. And I say, I just want to look sick naked. And her jaw dropped. She's like, oh, okay. So, that's how it started. So she knows a bunch about fitness, nutrition, a lot about nutrition.
Yeah.
So she helped me get into working out because I had no idea. Like, do you work out?
Me?
Yeah, you work out. Like push, pull, legs. People talk about that.
Yeah. Started with that. Yeah.
So I knew nothing. I thought push-ups and sit-ups and bicep curls were working out.
Yeah.
I thought that was it.
Yeah.
I thought you just had to do a lot of push-ups, a lot of bicep curls, a lot of sit-ups to be huge. So she got me started with that, and then I just got really into it.
That's awesome.
Started, eating the protein and doing all that.
So it was more just. Sounded like you were just reminiscing to your high school days. You were always
I was the man.
In shape, right?
Yeah, I was the man.
There you go. Always the man.
Yeah.
2 years out of it. COVID kicked your ass a little bit. Not really.
Oh, it did. Yeah.
Right back on the horse.
Exactly.
To now get to where you are now. How long have you been in the gym then?
What is it, August? So I think I started a little bit in December.
Yep.
In 2021. Yeah, 2021, December, I kind of started doing the home exercise.
Yep.
Do the farmer's carry. And I was doing that in my basement with some Chinese dumbbells, like with all the Chinese writing on it. I got them off some sketchy websites. I'm surprised they came. I'm
Nice.
surprised they came, but they
Nice.
came.
Yeah.
And so I was doing that in my basement. And then I started going to the gym when school was in person in like February 2022. I think I started going to the gym then, and I got a gym membership. And then it was fun. I mean, it was hard work, and I liked it. It was something to work on. It was something that I could put my energy into. And so it's been a year and a half. I don't know, something like that.
100%. And of course, as we're going to get deeper into this conversation, I think both of us understand how important fitness is, not just for your health, but for every other aspect of your life, right?
Everything.
But I want to ask you, do you take any supplements?
Yeah, a lot of test, a lot of tren. No, I'm kidding. Supplements. For me, I love pre-workout.
Pre-workout?
Super addicted to caffeine.
Yep.
If you think you're addicted to caffeine, I'm really addicted to caffeine. Like people will drink Starbucks and like, yeah, I'm addicted to caffeine. You have no idea what I'm putting into my body. I am very addicted to caffeine.
Caffeine, coffee, or other caffeine as well?
Just pre-workout.
Just
pre-workout. I avoid drinking too much coffee because unless it's like 80% sugar, 20% coffee, it's gross.
Yeah.
So mostly pre-workout.
Yeah.
I drink pre-workout. Protein, if you count that as a supplement.
Okay.
Like protein powder.
Yeah.
Creatine. I don't know if very many people know what creatine is, but it's good for you. There's no harm in taking creatine.
What is the misconception with creatine? Everyone, because it sounds like a scary word. Why are people not?
Because it's something that people are like, what the hell? Like,
what does it do?
It's not protein powder. It's not pre-workout. It's something I have no idea. Like, it's just this white powder that you ingest and it makes me bigger.
Yeah.
Sounds like steroids.
Right.
But creatine is naturally occurring. And you actually, if you eat beef, and I know it's in beef. I can't think of anything else that it's in right now, but beef has creatine.
Yeah.
And so it's not something that is foreign to your body. It's just in lower concentration in beef and stuff. Just increases like hydration in the cells, I think. You know what? I'm not going to say anything.
Does it make you stronger, or does it just make you bigger?
Helps with. So when you're on it, it helps with recovery.
Yep.
Helps with, I think, strength a bit. I mean, you're not going to notice. You might notice a bit.
Okay.
But it's not like steroid. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? You're not going to get the crazy effects of like those supplements.
Yeah.
But no, it increases the fullness of your muscle. You might look a little bit more round.
Okay.
I think for bodybuilders who do when they go into the shows when they're super lean. I think they stop creatine.
Got it.
I'm not entirely sure, but I think
it.
because they want to be super sharp and lean and vascular and everything. So, but yeah, take creatine and it's safe. I recommend. Even old people. Old people can take it. It's good for cognitive. I don't know how conclusive the studies are on its cognitive functions, but there's claims.
Yeah.
So I'd recommend it to anyone. So creatine, protein powder. I take vitamins.
Yeah.
I take omega-3s, a multivitamin.
Are you trying to? Is this like leading to a competitive end goal?
No, just looking sick naked, and health.
That's the goal.
And health. I don't do any. I try to eat pretty clean.
Yeah.
I try to eat. I try to avoid like McDonald's and stuff.
That's something that I don't know if I need to work on it. That's the thing, is that eventually I'm going to get to an age where I'm going to realize I probably should have ate a little healthier. I don't eat unhealthy. I'm not going to say I eat unhealthy.
Yeah.
But that's the thing, is that I have still a very good metabolism for my age, right?
Yeah.
Because who doesn't have a good metabolism when they're 19? But I think eventually that's going to be something I have to look out for.
It'll catch up to you.
Yeah.
I think.
100%.
Unless the fitness industry is lying to you more than McDonald's is, I think it's going to kick your ass.
Right.
But yeah, no. So it's omega-3s, vitamin D. Vitamin D is a big one, especially guys with winter coming. Please go get vitamin D.
Yeah.
This whole seasonal depression thing, just get vitamin D. You'll feel it. I'm not saying it'll cure everything, but vitamin D is big.
I believe that.
Everyone needs vitamin D.
I believe that.
Vitamin D is huge. I take a multi. I take omega-3s. I take a probiotic.
Yep.
Because I've destroyed my gut health over the years.
Do you drink?
No, zero alcohol.
Zero alcohol.
Zero.
Smoking.
Zero alcohol, zero smoking.
Respect. Me neither.
Yeah, let's go. No drinking?
None of it.
Guys, you have the best host in the world.
My parents didn't drink. I think that's a huge part of it and I don't judge people who drink. You can drink in moderation. It's fine. But it's a one more thing I don't need to worry about. You know what I
Exactly.
mean?
And it tastes like garbage.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Yeah.
Like, and I think it's an acquired taste.
Yeah.
Because I mean, okay, I've had like a pop with like a little bit of alcohol in it, like when I was growing up, like, you know, here and there.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? But you know, that's not even considered alcohol. It's like having like a third of a beer
Yeah.
or something, you know?
Yeah.
And it was just pop, right?
Yeah.
But no, like the alcohol tastes disgusting. And if you acquire, I don't want to acquire the taste.
Exactly.
It's expensive.
Yep.
There's no good comes from alcohol. I don't care what anyone says. No good comes from alcohol. So I don't drink. I don't do any of that. If you do, that's fine. But I wouldn't recommend it. And there's no health benefit. Maybe like red wine. I've heard red wine has some health benefits.
Shout out to my grandma. She loves that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For health or just
For
just
taste.
drinking.
Just taste.
Oh,
Just
yeah,
taste. Yeah. No, yeah. That's, I don't know if she wants to be known for that. She's a lovely person. What was I going to say? Yeah. The best way it was explained to me was if you have never drank, let's say, if you're trying to teach kids to not drink, if that's the goal, I don't know if that's the goal, but I think that'd be not a terrible goal. I don't drink. There's two options that come from you drinking. Either you hate it, meaning you never should have tried it in the first place,
Okay.
or you love it, meaning now you're going to get addicted and your life's going to get ruined.
Yeah.
So why have it in the first place? Why try it?
Totally right.
My life, this is going to upset some people. My life
we go.
is not boring enough yet for me to start drinking.
Thank you.
I have too much fun with other activities
Exactly.
to start drinking.
Exactly.
I don't need it.
Yes, exactly. When I'm at 100%, I like being sharp.
Yeah.
I like being sharp. When I go out, I'm sharp.
Yeah.
I'm a killer.
Yeah.
Cold-blooded. I'm out here. So I don't. No drinking. No drinking. And it's funny though because you said that your parents don't drink, right?
No.
See, my parents not drink, but it's not like alcohol is foreign in the house, right?
Right.
And it's weird because a lot of kids that I know, and maybe you've experienced this in the high school and stuff. The kids with the strict parents, you put a bottle of alcohol in front of them,
Yeah.
they will down it. Doesn't matter what it is. They'll clean it out.
You are right. But the interesting part about that is that I always understood that it seems like the kids whose parents never said no to alcohol or who it wasn't really a conversation didn't drink. Because
That's exactly my situation.
right.
Yeah.
Kids naturally want to break the rules. So if there's no
Yeah.
rule in place in the
Yeah,
first
yeah.
place, what are you gonna?
Exactly.
You can't disobey.
You're not being like edgy or whatever,
Right.
whatever the term is, right?
Exactly.
You're not being that if you're not breaking any rules. Like, you want to drink at dinner? No, I'm good. Tastes like garbage.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
And you move on with your life. Then you never really get into it.
The main thing that it was for me was for smoking and drugs mainly.
Yeah.
Because alcohol wasn't a huge topic of conversation, but my mom is so anti-drug. And you hear about these kids whose parents are so anti-drug and they get hooked. And they want to disobey. They want to break the rules. They start smoking weed and that leads to a bunch of other stuff.
Well, the big thing with that is as well, is it's not so much it's not like the parents being anti-drug, and I might be wrong, but this is my theory.
Yeah.
And it's the thing is when the parents are super anti-drug, the kids, not all of them, right? But if they want to experiment or if they want to do whatever, they're not going to their mom or dad to talk about it.
Yeah.
They're going to the drug dealer at school. They're hanging out with the wrong kids.
Yeah.
So that's where the issue. I mean, I don't think, maybe in high school, I don't think weed's that big of a deal, right? Like, I don't think it's, there's worse out there for sure. But, it's not like, I don't think it's the weed that screws up all these kids. I've had friends in my life who are really close friends who are not, in a, I lost them, they're not here anymore,
Yep.
And, it started with something like weed or like something super simple, right?
Yeah.
It wasn't because I know it wasn't because of the weed. It was because of who they're hanging out with, right?
But would you say that what do you think about when they call weed a gateway drug? Like you start with weed and that leads into other things.
to a certain degree,
Yeah.
but people overlook everything
The
else.
circle.
People only look at the compound.
Yeah.
People don't look, I guess not, it's just the flower or whatever.
Sure.
But people don't look at everything else. People completely miss that. It's who they're hanging out with.
Yep. You can even take that a step further, though. What attracts these kids to hang out with that group? Because there was that group in my school. I didn't see them as a group I wanted to surround myself with. What do you think attracts these somewhat innocent kids to that bad side, right?
I can say, again, I might be wrong. I could be wrong.
This is just
But
all
for
this
me-
is opinions on this podcast.
For me,
We're not experts.
Well, I'm usually right, but so, yeah. But for me, growing up, and again, this has downsides, but I was very confident in who I was.
Yeah.
My mom was like, you are an intelligent kid. You're good at stuff. My mom loved me.
Yep.
Dad loved me.
Yeah.
And maybe it was internal as well, but I was like, I'm him. I'm 10 years old, but I'm him.
Yeah.
So when you have these kids who are like, Justin, if you like drink, you can, like, I didn't want to be like, if the cool kids or whatever were drinking, who cares, bro?
Yep.
I'm not cool. I'm good. Like, people might like them, but I don't need to be part of them.
Yeah.
I've got friends. I'm on the sports team.
So you're never intimidated by the group.
Exactly. No.
It didn't.
And I think that's what happens. I think
Right.
people want to be accepted. I think people want, this person, they're cool. They want to be accepted. I can be part of the story. I'm also pretty antisocial, I find. So it's like, I'm okay if I'm not in the circle. I'm chilling at home.
Same.
Right? So,
Same, man.
So I think a lot of people just need that validation. They want to be accepted, and and I've seen it. I've seen kids do it who get into it because they want to be accepted and they want to feel like they're part of the group. And I think that it's up to parents and the self, it's up to you and the parents to try to avoid that and try to lift your kid up. Don't try to tear your kid down.
That's genius.
And do the same. And this applies to your siblings. Do you have siblings?
I have a younger brother.
Your younger brother?
You've got a bunch of siblings too.
Yeah,
we'll get into that.
Yeah, we can talk about that. Yeah. But I think it's really important if you have a sibling, to help the sibling.
Yep.
So don't make the sibling feel like they have to go elsewhere for validation. And I can say I've screwed up in that. I haven't done well in that.
Yep.
I have a bunch of siblings, but two of them are older, closer to my age. And growing up, I wasn't doing that, and I failed. And they're great and everything, but I know that I failed in that. So I think
so. You got
let's just do it. We can do it.
6 younger brothers, 6 younger siblings.
I've got
and 2 older siblings.
No. 2 older. So
the closer to your age, but still younger.
Yeah.
Got it.
So I'm the oldest of 7.
7.
So I'm the oldest, and there's 6 youngers.
That's crazy. How many boys, girls?
4 girls, 2 boys, plus me.
Yeah.
So my parents are divorced.
Yep.
I have 2 full sisters.
Yep.
3 years younger, 4 years younger. And then my parents got divorced. Dad remarried. He had 4 kids.
Yep.
Yeah, he's hustling.
Yeah.
And they're I think 11. It's so funny because it's hard to remember with all the birthdays and who's where, but it's like 11, 9, 7, 5, roughly, give or take a year on each of them.
Sure.
Maybe you know what I mean. It's hard when there's 4.
A lot of yeah.
But yeah, no,
a lot of kids.
A lot of kids.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's 6 little siblings.
So
changes you.
That comes back to you almost actually as yourself need to be a role model to these younger siblings, because that's what my brother said.
100%.
We were arguing. I don't know what it was about. Not arguing. We were talking.
Yeah.
And we were disagreeing on what influences these kids, right? Like how do people get into these terrible things? Guys, girls, different things, not just drugs.
Everything, yeah.
Yeah. And we were talking about this one girl who was not exactly on the best path. And then he basically told me, just look at what older influence does she have? Because
sure.
my brother is clean like me the way he is, because clean, sure, yeah.
Clean.
He doesn't take part in any nonsense, no drugs.
Yeah.
Doesn't drink really. Because I didn't do any of that either. He had someone to follow, a role model to replicate.
Exactly. He's a superhero. He doesn't drink.
Yep.
He's cool. He doesn't drink.
If you looked at younger siblings, that'd be an interesting thing to analyze. Is usually they'll take after the older sibling. So how many times it's really up to the older sibling to make the right decision there?
So I can say for sure, and it's one of the best feelings in the world, but it's not. You can abuse this, and harm comes from it. But I can say for sure, these kids, I'm Superman to that.
Yeah.
I grew up being Superman to these kids. I come because my dad lives in King City, so when I go up and I see the kids, and it's like Justin.
Yeah.
It's like big deal. I get videos from them.
Yeah.
My dad, they'll say, "Hey Justin, like, can you do this?" It's the best feeling. Like nothing compares to knowing like these kids will copy. Like when I went into physics, they knew, right? Like, oh, what is Justin doing in university? Oh, I do math. I kind of just said I did more math because that when I started uni, not very many 8-year-olds know what physics is, at least in Canada. So I just said, yeah, I do a lot of math because they had started math. I'm like, oh yeah, I do math. Yeah. Of course I get a video from my dad or a text from my dad, or I would ask, probably like the girl, she was like probably 5 at the time. She was like, yeah, I want to be a mathematician when I'm older. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So stuff like that. But it's a lot of responsibility.
Yep.
And and it's hard because, I don't think I'll get in trouble. Like, girls and boys are different, right? So with the girls, it's a different approach, right? With little sisters, you got to be, the tea parties and and you have to be and you have to be like so involved, and you have to be so accepting and so encouraging, and so, and they see I bring my girlfriend flowers, and I try to show them that, or I try to show them how I treat my girlfriend when she's around, and that you are an example of what they should expect when they're older.
You're basically setting their standards.
Exactly.
Them,
that's
right?
what I was trying to say. So that's a big deal. And also just building up their self-confidence, because girls' self-confidence.
Tough. It's a tough world.
Brutal.
Yeah.
Brutal.
Yeah.
I can't imagine. And especially, so I really just got to try to build them up and give them self-confidence all the time, regardless, and support them. And with the boys, it's a bit different because
toss them around, call them idiots.
Tactfully.
Yeah.
You can't bully them.
No, obviously not. Obviously.
But yeah, you get it. Like there's a certain, when we play basketball now, you're not winning.
Yeah.
You are out of your mind. If you think, I'll make it close.
Yeah.
I'll tell you when you're doing well. You're not winning. You're not winning against me.
No.
You got a long way to go. You know what I mean? You're not him.
Yeah.
You can be at school. You can do well at school, and you can beat the kids in basketball. If you get into a fight at school, you'll put on a show for them.
Yeah.
But against me, you gotta realize, you're being pushed, and I don't know, maybe people don't like that anymore. But
that's awesome. Listening to that, I'm already the biggest Justin Spears fan here. I wonder what people are gonna think on the podcast. But this is awesome.
Yeah. So that's a big deal. I
think the world needs more of it, honestly.
If you have younger siblings, you have, and I will admit, I failed with the 2 older sisters. I'm getting back on that. I'm trying to, redeem myself.
It's hard, right? Because you're not that much older than them at the time.
No, I was 8. I was 8, and
you grow up together.
They're 5, right? So
yeah,
and there are days I wish I was better, and I wasn't bad. I'm not trying to
bad to your personal standard, right?
Yeah,
people are gonna think terrible, and they're gonna compare it to.
No. It wasn't like bad, but
no.
It wasn't what I am for. The younger siblings now.
Yeah.
And part of me regrets that because, these are and they're all my siblings, but, I've known my 2 little sisters, the 2, biological sisters, they've been through so much more with me. I've known them for so much longer. We spend every day together.
Yeah.
And I feel like I've cheated them. And so, if you have little siblings, anyone listening to this, you guys do better. Just always try, because I never had an older brother. I never had an older sister, and I feel like it would have helped. I feel like if I had an older brother, I'd be. I don't want to do hypotheticals, but I would. The grass is always greener. But I take that back. I don't wish I had older siblings, because it's given me the opportunity to be a leader and a good older brother. So I take that back. But be a good older sibling for sure.
That's awesome. Yeah, no, I love the responsibility, and it's not just for my younger brother. He's taller than me now. He's big too.
He's tossing you. He's getting revenge, probably.
Yeah. He hits the gym. He's all that. So, less so now. But I also have a younger cousin. She's 14, right? So you have her that would look up to you in that sense, because she doesn't have an older brother herself. So I'm the closest thing. And this is just the kind of thing. I think that takes a certain type of person to really crave that sort of responsibility. You know what? That for me, it drives me. And what would life be if you didn't have people counting on you?
Family counting on you. I want to be there for my friends and everyone, but there's something about family.
100%.
Something I just want. I want to contribute to the world. I want to have a positive impact on the world. I don't want to just be a complete nobody. But in the last year, family's been and family's always been important to me.
Yeah.
But in the last year, man, it's like, man, I don't really. Obviously, I want to help the world and everything, but number one now is family. I gotta family
Agree.
first. I want to be the person who there's a problem. Call Justin.
Yeah.
We need something. Call Justin.
I agree.
And that's maybe it's as my siblings have gotten older and they've developed into, my sister's now at McGill and my older siblings, now they're all talking and they're all in sports and they're all in school and they've all got issues and they've all got personalities. That's made me like, holy crap. And, my mom's getting not old, old, but your parents age and you learn more about your parents. You learn more about your grandparents.
Yep.
You talk to them more.
Yep.
Your grandpa isn't talking to you the same way when you're 20 as when you were 10.
Yeah.
Right. So you learn a lot more about what's been going on. And so family's number one for me right now. I gotta be there for my family and I want a family early. So I gotta get on that too.
I was going to say, yeah. Do you have plans for that?
Yeah.
Like
shout out my girlfriend.
What age do you want kids at?
As soon
I don't know
as
if you've
possible.
talked to her. Maybe talk to her about this first,
I
right?
say as soon as possible.
As soon as possible?
As soon as I'll do it right now.
Yeah.
No, actually, I can't say that on the podcast. I can't say that on. I don't know who's gonna see this, but like
That's another good quality, man.
yeah. A lot of people, I don't know. Everyone's like, oh, but how am I gonna go to the club if I have kids at home?
Yeah.
Don't go to the club. What?
Easy.
How am I gonna travel? Bring them.
Yeah.
That's one thing actually, because I traveled a lot when I was younger. I lived in Boston during the summers. When I was younger, I lived in Italy for a summer, and so just bring the kids.
Yeah.
What are you doing in these countries where you can't bring the kids? And I get it. It's you need more plane tickets.
It's a responsibility.
You need more food. You need more. It's more expensive for sure, but
Yep.
more responsibility and everything. But man, that'd be fun, man. That's legacy. That's your.
It's your bloodline.
I'm so happy I got to live in Italy. That was
Yep.
crazy. I'm so happy. I'm so grateful for my mom. She had to go there for work, and Boston the same with my dad. But that's awesome. I'm so grateful for that, and I want my kids to have that, and I want. And I think everyone should have that, and I think. Yes, I want a family as soon as possible.
That's cool.
As soon as I can provide.
Yeah.
Then I want to do that.
That's cool. 100%. Do you know number of kids? As many as possible. I feel like you're going to be as many as possible kind of guy.
Okay. So, I'm not opposed to as many as possible.
Yeah.
Because I grew up with so many siblings.
I was going to say.
Loved it.
Yep.
I loved it. I mean, okay. I will say it was a bit different from having all 7 kids in one house.
Got it.
That probably would have been a bit different for me.
You didn't have all 7 kids in one
No,
house,
no.
right?
My parents
'cause it's
divorced.
split.
So yeah. I
Got
mean,
it,
I saw
got it.
them all the time, but it wasn't like every day, right?
Got it.
And that's a whole other thing. You should see the. If we go to McDonald's or something, 7 kids, you should see the bill. See the bill. Like we don't eat out. It's crazy when we eat out. It's like, it's crazy when we eat out. So I'm just thinking about the bill. We were in Prince Edward Island this summer, just looking at the bills everywhere we'd go.
Wow.
Crazy. But sorry, what was the question? I totally forgot.
Number of kids, you said.
Oh yeah, number of kids. Okay, minimum 3.
Minimum 3?
Minimum 3. No less than 3.
Yeah.
And no more. I'll say no more than 7, but I don't think it'll ever hit. I don't think it would ever go more than. I don't think my girlfriend would want more than 4. She said 4. I think she said 4.
Yeah.
She said, oh no, actually she's changed her tune. She said 3 and then we'll see. I said, yeah, we'll have the 3rd, then we'll see when we're having the 4th.
Got it.
So yeah, I don't know. At least 3. I'll just say at least 3.
So you talk about the bill, and obviously these numbers being huge. Obviously if you plan on getting to those high numbers.
Yeah, I gotta provide.
Do you have an idea of what you're gonna do?
Oh man, so no.
So that's next thing we got to figure out.
It's bounced around. Yeah, so it's changed. It's changed my entire life. So when I was young, so my parents.
Just to clear up, sorry, you're a physics major, French minor, and math minor.
Yeah,
got it.
Don't know why I did that, but here we are. Can I say? Yeah, I haven't said anything that would get them in trouble or reflect poorly on them. So my parents are doctors, and they've done well as doctors. They're very, well-known doctors.
Yeah.
And a lot of doctors in the family, whether it's vets, psychiatry, everything. There's a lot of medicine. So growing up, I was like, screw it, I'm gonna be a doctor. I grew up in a hospital. I loved it. It was fun.
Yep.
I got to see, you get to see the downsides of it. And there's a lot of downsides from having parents that are doctors and being a doctor.
Yep.
But it was fun. It was what I knew. It was super familiar to me.
Yep.
So I thought I was gonna do that. But then I changed my mind, and I thought I was gonna do business, or like do something like Rotman or something. But then I took a business course. I was like, this is the most boring thing ever. This is for idiots.
At U of T?
No, it was in high school. It was like
High
some
school.
business course. Like, this is for idiots. I'm not doing that. And then I was like, okay, I'll do general science I don't know exactly what I'm gonna do, but I'll apply to just a science program.
Yeah.
Actually, no. Well, we'll backtrack a bit in a second because I'll tell you about school.
Yep.
Maybe I think people like that. But in terms of profession, I have no idea. I really like the idea of teaching.
Yep.
But with the way the world's going, I can't. I want to be self-sufficient. I don't want to rely on anyone. I want to be able to provide for a bunch of kids,
Yep.
my family. So in teaching, financially, it might be fulfilling in that sense. But I mean, the fulfillment from, being a dad Christmas morning and your kids are opening up presents,
Yep.
and your wife gets a diamond necklace, like that's way better. That's pretty fulfilling.
Yeah.
Seeing your kids healthy and your siblings being taken care of and your parents being taken care of. That's number one to me. So I would love to teach. If the salary goes up, and I'm super anti-money, but I'm very pro-family. You know what I mean? So
What do you mean anti-money?
I'm not anti-money. I'm anti like people are like, I just want to make 6 figures.
Got
I
it.
just want to make $1 million.
Got it.
So I can buy a yacht.
Yeah.
It's like, no, bro, like, no, that's,
Okay.
that's not gonna. Money doesn't buy happiness. At a certain point, obviously it's freedom, but there's so many people who have so much money and they're miserable, and you see so many people who don't have money who are
Yep.
really happy. So obviously money is important and it's a factor for sure, but sorry, I just wanted to clear that up. I'm not like just looking at the numbers, but no, I really want to be able to provide for my family. So I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
I'm just exploring things. That's why I'm on this podcast. That's
Nice.
why I started the club. That's why I'm doing other stuff.
That's cool.
I'm just exploring, and I'm trying to put myself out there.
Yep.
I'm trying to do as much as I can, and I'm just trying to make my own luck.
That's
a big thing.
That's the best.
Trying to make my own luck.
Make your own
'cause
luck.
Everyone who's successful is super lucky.
Yeah.
But they made themselves lucky.
Yeah.
No, luck. It's true. I mean, it's completely luck.
Yeah.
I've experienced it firsthand with all the things I've done so far. Completely luck. But if you just make yourself lucky, you just do things.
So is it luck at that point then?
Yeah, it's still luck.
If you can make yourself lucky.
Yeah. If you do something, okay. If you have a 1 in 100 chance of winning something, right?
Sure.
And you do it once.
Yeah.
You're gonna win 1 out of 100 times. Okay.
Sure.
If you do it 1,000 times, if you do 1,000 things that are a 1 in 100 chance,
Yeah.
you're gonna win something. You're gonna have a break. You're gonna get lucky. You're gonna meet that person. You're gonna meet, something's gonna happen, right?
Yeah.
And so it is luck, but you make it a 2 out of 100, right? Make it a 3 out of 100.
Yeah.
Keep doing it.
Yeah.
Keep doing it, and then it'll happen. But it is luck. I'm sure there's people who have done everything right their entire lives,
Yeah.
made themselves super lucky, but they just the cards didn't fall that way, or whatever the saying is.
That's interesting. I saw a clip that was talking about that. Is the guy said, I don't believe in luck. Luck is basically probability.
Yeah.
The way he was talking about luck is
Yeah,
probability,
exactly.
which I didn't understand at first. But then literally, if you just look at numbers, if you just look at the statistics, let's frame it in the case of VoV. Let's say that 1 out of 100 reels will blow up and get 50,000 views. Okay. So if 1 out of 100, you do 1 reel. The odds of that one blowing up is 1%.
Exactly.
If you do 500 reels, then the odds of you getting one that blows up, I don't know, you have to figure the math out.
Yeah, but I get it.
It's not like, but if you find that curve, whatever,
Yeah.
it's way higher than 1%.
Exactly.
So making your own luck, I guess that's a good way to put
right?
it.
You were lucky.
Probability.
You were lucky because that reel went viral. Oh my God,
Yeah.
you're so lucky. Everyone looks at you. Oh my God, the guy's so lucky.
Yeah.
But you put out 500 reels.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. You don't see all the
You don't
the
see
49 others that
exactly.
didn't
You
blow
don't see what's going on in the back. You don't see
Yeah.
that work. That's people only see the successes. That's why they go, oh, that's so lucky.
Yeah.
So luck is So you just have to make your own luck.
Yeah.
I'm trying.
Yeah, it's stats. That's good.
Yeah.
What was your reason for starting the fitness club?
Boredom.
Boredom. So tell us the whole story. How did it come about?
So it was mid-January. Can we get like background music? Can you edit it? Like, it's mid-January. No, it's mid-January. We were, just talking about just random ideas. What can I do to, help me, just feel purpose.
Yep.
And I think a lot of people struggle with that. But
Who's we?
just me and my friend.
Yeah.
And we were joking around. What do we do? And it might have even been him who goes, "Oh, there's no fitness club at the university. You could do that." And I was like, "Oh."
That surprises me that there'd be no fitness club.
Right. So I thought it was really weird too. I mean, there's like the boating thing, but there's nothing else. I've never been in a club in university. I've never been in a club. Didn't do orientation. I don't do that stuff. I have no interest. I don't read my emails. I don't do the events. So it was completely foreign to me.
Yeah.
Completely foreign. And I thought to myself, oh, that'd be cool. I know a bit about fitness, and that's a challenge. Make a club. Yeah, we did it. We set up a Discord. He wanted it to be more of like a hub for information, post studies and how to work out. I was like, I don't think people want that.
Yeah.
I think people want friends.
Yeah.
And we kind of went back. I don't want to say argue, but it was like how are we going to run this thing? How are we going to figure this out? He was super intent on doing like information, education, all that. I was like, no, it's a bad idea. People don't want that. I know people don't want that because they have Google. People want friends at the university. Everyone talks about how lonely UofT is. People want friends. People want to go to the gym with people. People want to discuss what they like. If they're into fitness, they want to talk about it. If they're not, they want people to go with to not feel like scared when they go to the gym, right?
Smart.
So we made the Discord. We kind of met in the middle. And then the next day, I was like, all right, let's do it. Let's start getting people in this thing. So I didn't actually go to the university or anything. I just did it. I just set up a Discord, used the UofT logo, did it, boom, boom, boom. Go to the gym the next day. And what I would do is, so I'd be working out, let's say, just to make it simple for people who don't go to the gym. Let's say I'm doing arms. I'd be doing an arm workout and I'd be done with my arms. And let's say it was arm day. So I was doing all my arms and I was done. I'd see a guy doing, I don't know, legs. I'd go up to him and be like, hey, like, do you mind if I work in with you? Like, do you mind if we like alternate our sets? And I'd start talking with him. I'm like, oh yeah, what are you doing today? Oh, you're doing legs? Great. Yeah, you're doing legs? Yeah. Do you know of any fitness clubs at the university? I just started going to the gym. And he goes, oh no, there isn't. Too bad there isn't. I said, well, it's kind of funny. There actually is. And it's called the UofT Fitness Club. Here's the Discord.
So hold up. You asked him if he knows of any fitness clubs?
Yeah, I said, there's random people in the gym.
Yeah,
I just go to random people, do you know of any fitness clubs? And they'd go, no. Yeah. I knew they were going to say no.
Yeah.
But it's to prime them.
Yeah, obviously.
They'd go, no. They'd go, no. They'd go, oh, no. Like, there isn't. I'd be like, oh, I know, right? Doesn't that suck? There's no fitness club? And he'd go, yeah, that sucks so much. I'm like, yeah, that'd be awesome. While we're on the topic, there is one. And so it was hard at the beginning because you'd go up to these people and you'd try to convince, do you have Discord? No, what's that? Oh.
Yeah.
Download it right now in front of me. Because you needed people, even if they weren't going to use it. I was like, man, I need people in this Discord. So I'd be like, can you like download Discord?
Because it makes it easier when someone's joining and they see 500 members, right?
200, yeah. Because there was 0, or there was like 8 or something.
Yeah.
I got some friends who don't even go to the university just to join, so it didn't look as bad. So it was like
100%.
8, something like that. I'm saying too much. I need to stop. So yeah, that was the first week or something. And that was the goal. It was just show up, talk to 3 people. We don't even need to get them in. I couldn't be there all day.
Yeah.
But that's what I would do. I would hey, I had the script in my head. Let's talk, and I would just soften them up. And I did, and I'd be like, you should join the club. It's super fun.
Yeah.
I think some of them I would tell them that we started it.
Yeah.
But some of them, as we got like 10, 15, maybe not 10, maybe like 20 members, I'd be like, yeah, it's super cool. Like, I'm just in it.
Yeah.
Because if you're the leader, not the leader, I don't know why I said leader. If you're
it's better coming from someone who's in the club, not the head
credibility
of the club,
is
trying
way
to get people in. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
100%.
Yeah. So that's what I did after like a few weeks. I'd be like, yeah, it's a super cool club. You should join. Like, it's awesome. Like, so that's how we started. And then I started putting up posters.
Yeah.
And I bet people listening have seen the posters because I would go I didn't want to go all around campus because I was kind of lazy. But I'd go to Sidney Smith, where a lot of people have class, right? It's like the famous building.
There's the giant poster boards there. There's like fucking 1,000 signs.
Yeah. Yeah. So
one of them was yours.
Yeah, a lot of them are mine. So what I would do is I don't know if everyone listening knows the layout of SS, but next time you go in, just check it out. So you know, there's the seats by the big board. It's kind
Yeah.
of like the table seat.
Yeah.
Right. So I'd put a
Coffee.
I'd put the poster right
Store.
above the table. I'd move everyone else's out of the way. I'd put it right by the table.
Got
So
it.
if you were on your phone or just sitting there, you'd see it. And the poster was a giant QR code that said "Join now." Like, scan me, join now. UofT Fitness Club. What did it say? I think it said "Make friends," "Hub for information and discussion." Can't remember the others. And then it said, "Do yourself a favor and join now," or "Do yourself a favor and join." It was a giant QR code, and they started out blue to be more official.
Yeah.
And so I'd put them. And then what I would do is I'd vandalize a bit, and I would take other people's giant posters that were super, if they were doubles or if they were huge posters, and I'd make art out of them. Like, I'd make it a big X. So it'd be all these posters, and then it'd be diagonal, some of them, and in the very middle, I'd put like 2 of the UofT Fitness Club posters.
Nice.
Everything. You'd walk around
That's
SS,
dope.
and
Yeah,
it was
that's
like,
sweet.
people were, and I know it got a lot of people. 'Cause
Yeah.
You can't miss it.
Yeah.
If you're walking by, even if you're not looking at the posters, you're like, what?
Yeah.
What is this?
Yeah.
I'd put other people's posters upside down to make a frame. And then what I started doing.
You have some enemies out there, probably, for sure.
What is it? Sorry, it was the, like, I don't know, Chinese, like, dance. I don't know, I don't know what it was. It was just full Chinese. It was like purple and red. It was super flamboyant. So I grabbed it. And so yeah, they probably don't like me. Yeah, some other weird. Some of them I would see them and I'm like, yeah, this deserves to be vandalized. This is just too weird. This is too weird. I'm sorry. This is just too weird. I mean, it was promo for them too. Because theirs were the ones who
Part of the X.
who were diagonal.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
But then I also, when I'd look at the boards, I'd be like, okay, well, there's like greens, blues, purples, pinks, everything. Because everyone's trying to make their stand out.
Yeah.
I was like, wait a minute, what if I dialed it back and just went black?
Yeah.
Just did black. Instead of blue as a background, just do black. And it saves. No, I didn't actually come up with it. I ran out of ink and I tried printing a black one to see how it would come out. And I looked at it and I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
This is genius. Made myself lucky. So I started putting them up everywhere and they were black. And that was crazy.
Yeah.
That was like a huge, a really awesome accident.
In a world where everyone's trying to just grab your attention, everyone's so focused on just look at me, look at me, look at me. When you have
The absence of
either
it.
you're a person,
Yeah,
a
the
person
absence is
or
great.
a poster. It works both ways. If you're just the one guy who's not doing that, that's how you stand out.
Yep.
By not.
So that's what I did. That's what I did. And it was a big QR code, so it was really easy for people.
Yeah.
So I did that. Now and then I talked to, this is a huge make yourself lucky thing. I met the guy who runs the UofT 2027 account. You know, the incoming students. I met him at the gym. You know what I'm talking about? The Instagram
Yes.
pages that
Yes.
do like bio.
100%. Yeah.
I don't know about that, but I met him.
The dude that runs it.
The dude who runs, I think there's 2, but he runs one of them.
Sure.
And we were talking, and he was someone I was trying to recruit for the club. But he really liked me. We hit it off, and
You just by accident.
completely by accident.
Wow.
This was on like the second day.
Yeah.
He was one of the first people to join the Discord, actually. Maybe not second day, but he was first like 30 members for sure. It was so lucky.
Yeah.
And I would talk to him, and I a big, I don't know. Whatever. A big thing is if you, I don't want to say convince, because it's true. Is it convincing if it's true? I want to help people. I wanted people to join the club. I think it was
I think I know
good
what you're
cause.
gonna say. Yeah. Convince is fine.
Yeah.
You have to convince them.
Yeah, so I'd make it seem like, I'm like, listen, man, you're helping people.
Yeah.
You by if you shout us out on your Instagram, on the UofT27 Instagram, you're helping people and you're helping new students make friends. And it wasn't malicious. I wasn't like, come to my club and drink, do my drugs at this party. So I asked him and I said, hey, that'd be great. I think it'd be great for the students. I didn't when I came to university, I had nothing like that.
Yep.
Partially to my own fault, but I didn't see any opportunities.
Yep.
And so he said, yeah, sure, sounds good. Put it up, got a few members from that. And then a guy in the Discord was friends with the guy who runs UofT memes. I
Nice.
don't know who he is. He's completely anonymous.
Yep.
To my knowledge, maybe you know him, I don't know.
I don't know.
Because I asked the friend, I'm like, hey, what is his name? I want to know. What's
Yeah.
his name? He goes, no. I'm like, I can't, I'm sorry. I said, all right, that's fine. But UofT memes shouted us out.
Nice.
once or twice. That was huge.
Yep.
That was huge. We got a lot of people from that. I actually have to be a pest again to try to get them to shout us out.
Yeah.
UofT memes. If you're the guy who runs UofT memes, please respond to my DM. So we did that. So those pages shouted us out.
So where's the club at now? How many members?
The Discord server is at 700 and something.
Nice.
So it was actually bad timing because I started in January, and it didn't really pick up until February, and then school ended in April.
Yeah.
So by the end of school, I think we had 500, and by May, I think we had 600.
Yeah.
Then the summer happened.
Yeah.
So yeah, that sucked. Growth kind of, it was like exponential, and then it stagnated over the summer.
Yeah.
I'm trying to shift away from Discord though.
I was gonna say, what are your plans for this upcoming year?
Yeah. So plans.
what's changing?
Yeah. So I don't want to do Discord anymore. It was fun at the beginning. It was great at the beginning. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh, you should have seen the discussion. Everything was awesome on Discord. I think it's an amazing platform for what we did. But in terms of sheer just numbers, getting people involved, getting people to come to events, terrible.
Yeah.
Terrible. If you want to keep it online, Discord's great. If you run a club, use Discord. If you want it to be purely like, I don't know, like Minecraft, club, it's probably great on Discord, right?
Yeah.
But people, especially because I want to do a lot of women's fitness stuff this year.
That was another question I did have, because obviously as a man, you have your own fitness. Men and women have different bodies. Obviously, they require different workouts.
And it's a different culture.
Right. Oh, true. I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
How do you give women's advice? Like, do you know a woman who's in fitness? Like your girlfriend, does you get a lot of it from her?
She doesn't do any like crazy lifting or anything, but
Yeah.
I know it's a different culture for sure. Like, if you're on YouTube and you're looking, and you're a guy, or anyone, and if you're looking up like really good workout advice, exercise advice for like a bigger muscle, like hypertrophy or strength, or most things workout related, you're going to be looking at the people who are at the top of, who are the professionals and the best, and, and that tends to be men in fitness, bodybuilding. You look at the big bodybuilders, all the viral bodybuilders are men, because more guys are into bodybuilding than girls.
Right.
So they want to watch more guys, so they get more views. They are plastered all over Instagram and YouTube, so it's all guys. And the thumbnails are not, girls don't want to watch. It's like, how to grow your shoulder, how to grow your delts. And so guys watch it and they get the best advice.
Yeah.
They get these professionals who know exactly what they're talking about.
Yeah.
When girls, and I know this, and I don't think I'm wrong, but when girls are looking up stuff, it's like a 10-minute booty workout. And it's like some random yoga instructor giving terrible advice that can get you injured, or doesn't work, or you don't. Because bodybuilding, the reason bodybuilders do exercises the way they do is because it's the best way to do it, right? It's the best way to stimulate muscle growth. You're trying to grow, if a girl's trying to grow her legs, a bodybuilder, you've seen their quads. They know what they're doing. Yeah.
So in your club, what are the women looking for?
Yeah. So we have in the Discord, we have a women's Discord, like a part of the server that's only women.
Got it.
You can select a role, so it's not enforced through you don't need to confirm or anything. If you are caught doing it, like if girls can report, if a guy goes in, instantly you are not ever coming to an event. You are not ever joining our Discord again. You're done. Yeah. I don't care. Like, there's no you're just weird, and I don't care. Like, you're just weird. Don't.
That's
do it.
fair. That's fair.
And 100%. So we've given everyone the privilege of making it. We want it to be really accessible. Yeah. We don't want it. We want it. We're willing to take the risk, right? It's not like anything crazy is being posted by the girls, right? So it's not like any privacy is real. I don't think there's that much risk if a guy does it. Yeah. It's not like the same as a guy going to a girl's locker room, or you know what I mean?
Discord, Discord in the locker room a little different. Yeah.
Exactly. So there's less risk. So that's why we've wanted to keep it pretty accessible. I don't want any girl to join the Discord and be like, oh, I have to like send a picture of my face, the ID, and I have to wait. And just listen here. Just do this. This is how you do it. You just pick the girl role. There you go. It's easy.
Most guys in the fitness club, like you would think, wouldn't want to just hop into the women's server. Hopefully, ideally.
Yeah. So I'm very strict. We're all very strict. You do it, boom, done. No questions asked. I'm not asking you about it. I'm not. Yeah. We're not having a talk. I don't care if it's an accident. Yeah. Like, you're done. Yeah. But yeah, this year I want to do some women's clinics, because I know from a few people, for a few girls I know, It can be intimidating going to the gym.
Yep.
Just because, it's a lot of guys.
Do you have a women's rep? Like, is there a girl in
Yeah,
your...
so we have
you have
two.
How many members, like how many like leaders, executive you want to call it?
We have, so for women's fitness, we have 2 right now.
Yeah.
We have, our event planning team is all girls.
Nice.
And they kind of help out.
Yep.
It's kind of, they have titles, but everyone does everything.
Yeah,
Everyone contributes in a way that they can. They're awesome. Shout out to everyone who's part of the staff team. They're awesome. They're great. Yes, we have 2 women's fitness people. One of them is away for the summer. And the summer is hard to do women's stuff because you have way less, because we started with Discord, there's a lot less women.
Yep.
We have a lot. It's actually surprising. Last time I checked, it was like 1 in 4 or 1 in 5 people.
Nice.
Members were girls, which is kind of crazy on Discord.
That's
like
good.
That beats the Discord user.
Yeah. The Discord.
Ratio,
Yeah.
which is so awesome because it's fitness and it's Discord. So I'm really proud of that.
Yeah.
But this year I want to do a lot of like a few clinics.
Yep.
To get just so girls can come in a group of girls and maybe go during women's hours, maybe not, just to kind of meet friends and have people to go with and so they don't feel
Just trying to
scared.
create a welcoming environment.
And that's
Yeah.
huge because I think that a lot of work needs to be done for women in fitness. I think there's a lot of misinformation. I think there's a lot of stigma.
Yep.
Is that the right word? I don't know. Stigma around it. So that's a huge thing. That's one of the biggest goals actually this year.
Nice.
A lot of women's stuff. I want to do a lot of social events. We're going to do a powerlifting meet. We're going to do a lot of fun stuff, but
That's
something
good.
that's really important to me on a personal level is doing a lot of women's fitness stuff.
I respect it 100%. How can people join this club?
At UofT Fitness on Instagram. That's basically it. All the links are on our bio. We're doing intramurals for, I think Frisbee registration closes today. So I don't know if people will be able to, I don't know how fast you're at editing.
Yeah.
But dodgeball is another week. So we're doing dodgeball and ultimate Frisbee. So if you're
Awesome.
a girl guy, you can sign up for dodgeball. I won't say Frisbee because
Yep.
probably missed the deadline. But yeah, we have staff applications again this year. If you want to apply, be part of the team, you're always looking for people. We have official positions that are available, but just apply to whatever talk to me, DM me. I'm happy to get anyone involved if you want to be involved. And that's basically it.
Awesome. UofT Fitness on Instagram. Heard it here. Oh, you know what we didn't talk about?
What didn't we talk about?
On the form, you said you have ADHD. You deal with ADHD.
Oh yeah.
If you want to talk about that.
Yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy to. So
Yeah.
I don't know at UofT what the stance on ADHD is.
Yeah.
I don't know because it's more academic, it's more hustle culture, whatever. But I know in high school ADHD was becoming a big thing.
Yep.
It I don't know if you know anything about it. It was like grade 4, what's ADHD?
Yeah.
Grade 8, why does half the class have it?
Yeah.
So most people are diagnosed pretty early
Yep.
in age. And this is the way it used to. So I don't know what's going on now. I bet now you could diagnose any kid with ADHD. Like if you go to a kindergarten class, every kid has ADHD.
100%.
But as a kid
if you have TikTok on your phone, you have probably have ADHD.
Yeah, you have the symptoms for it, for sure.
100%. Yeah.
Even if you don't have a chemical, imbalance in your brain from birth, you have the symptoms of it.
Yeah.
Because of what social media has done to people. Also TikTok. Yeah, don't delete TikTok if you have TikTok. TikTok's bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the way it was when I was younger, it was kind of starting to be that everyone has ADHD. But I was really bad at school.
Yep.
Very bad. Always getting kicked out of class, principal's office, suspended, all that. So at a certain point, I had a guidance counselor email my mom and say, "Hey, I think usually you're diagnosed earlier. The kids are diagnosed earlier, but I think Justin might have ADHD." So my mom's like, "No, we're not doing that. We're not doing this stupid victim stuff. No, Justin's fine." But they said, it's worth getting him checked out. There's nothing wrong with him. It's just he might have it. So I went to CAMH. We did all that. Was diagnosed with it. They said, "Yeah, you're presenting pretty late, but clearly you just found ways to cope when you were younger." And from that moment on, it started to become this, "Oh, Justin has ADHD, pull him into the guidance counselor. Justin, we understand why you're bad. We understand. You get extra time on all your tests. and you get this and you get that. And I remember saying, no, absolutely not.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that. I don't need extra time.
How old are you?
14. Grade 9.
Grade 9. Cool.
Grade 9.
Yeah.
And I remember I said, no extra time. It's called an IEP.
Yeah.
Individual Education Plan.
Yeah.
I believe. If I'm wrong, it sounds good. But they're trying to do all that. All this quiet time that you get to write your tests in a quiet room.
Yeah.
This is just boring. Yeah. This is just what we're learning is boring.
Yeah.
So I started taking medication for it, which was life-changing. I don't take it. I'm not taking it right now because I've been trying to find ways to cope with it.
Yeah.
But it really helped. It was so good. And a lot of people, I won't go, hopefully, I'll try not to get into the whole medication side of it, but it helped me. And it was really, really helpful. But they tried to do this whole, you need an IEP, you need this, you're a victim, there's something wrong with you. You are less. You are less. We need to bring you up to everyone else's standard.
You have a disorder.
Yeah. And I remember being so, and my mom and my parents didn't push for that.
Yeah.
They were supportive. They just wanted me to be fine. They didn't understand it.
Yeah.
It wasn't a thing when they were little. So they were, actually my uncle had it. He was it was when it first started, when it was, still a respectable thing to have. Being diagnosed with ADHD had weight.
It was real. Yeah.
Yeah, it was real. So he had it, but they didn't really know much about it. So they were just super supportive. But I was in school. I was like, no, this is not who I am.
Yeah.
Stop doing this.
Yeah.
Stop. Please stop. You are making, and I already had a bad reputation, but it does something to you mentally when you have people telling you you're less. You can't. You aren't good at school. You're not. You're smart, but you need your handheld. And I remember saying, I said,
it's handicapped.
Yeah, I told him, I said, no, people have advantages and people have disadvantages. I think I'm on the side who has a lot of advantages in life.
Yep.
If this is my one little or one of my few kind of quirks.
Yep.
I wouldn't call ADHD a quirk. It's definitely, you get what I mean.
But no, but it's good to frame it that way.
It's not debilitating.
It's good to frame it that way.
It gives me advantages. I'm better at certain things because I have ADHD.
There you go.
I was fine. I'm like, cool, I have ADHD. I feel relieved, not because I now have an excuse, but because I just feel like I understand what's going on more.
Right.
The things that I was really struggling with and I didn't understand, I felt like I was bad.
Sure.
It kind of helped with that. Maybe there's something wrong with my brain. Maybe I'm I don't want to say sick, but maybe there's something wrong with me. But then it's kind of like, no, this is just how your brain works. It's a bit different. You got to figure it out. Go figure it out, but you're good. And that helped. That was really good for me.
That's good.
But
and it's a fine line, I feel like, when you tell someone that this is the truth, this is the reality of what's going on, but don't be a victim.
Yes, and they loved it. Everyone loved, oh, you're a victim. I said, no. University, I've never done this whole accommodation. I've never even looked into it. I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
Because there's people out here with no legs.
Literally.
And they're doing amazing things.
How do people not see this side of it too? Because you clearly understand. Yeah. I know this very well. There are so many bigger problems than ADHD. And the one thing about it is that they call it attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. They call it a disorder. But if you can diagnose more than 50% of the people with this disorder, it's not a disorder anymore.
Something's wrong with the system.
Yeah, it's just the environment.
Yes.
And obviously, I try to really curb my screen time now because I'm aware that this stuff is actually killing me.
Killing you.
And you can't just destroy your attention span.
Yeah.
So you find ways to cure it yourself, but to sit here and say that you genuinely have a problem, a disorder, that's like saying people who need glasses have a vision disorder. Sure, you have worse vision, but everyone also nowadays has bad vision. So
yeah. Well, then it gets into this with the overdiagnosis is you have people who don't have ADHD. Right. And they go, oh, this is just my ADHD. And they make, I remember I was so embarrassed to tell people I had ADHD.
Yeah.
Because all the bad kids had ADHD.
People love having ADHD.
Oh my God, it was so much fun. Kids would come like, I just got ADHD. I have ADHD. I'm like, oh, this idiot.
Yeah.
Idiot has ADHD. Great. Yeah. And they'd go, oh, my ADHD's acting up. I'm like, what do you mean? Like, come on, just behave.
Yeah.
And I get it. I mean, some of them, I know a few people in school who had it, and it wasn't, it was a struggle for them.
Yeah.
And they were diagnosed really early, and it was a struggle. But man, I was so embarrassed. I'm still embarrassed to this. I generally don't tell people.
Yeah.
Because who cares?
Yeah.
It doesn't mean anything. It doesn't, it's kind of, sometimes, with my girlfriend, it was brought up like way later. It was just like, oh yeah, I have ADHD. And she's like, oh, what's that? She didn't really even know.
Yeah.
And I just explained. She goes, oh, cool. Oh, well.
It's a thing.
Yeah, cool. Oh, I didn't know that was a thing. Cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was a big thing. With the overdiagnosis, oh my God, it was so embarrassing.
Yeah.
Having an issue. I didn't tell anyone. I would hide it because it's so embarrassing. And it's people use it as an excuse.
Yep. And
yeah, so, yeah, and then that ties into the whole victimization thing, which is plaguing people. Everyone, COVID, COVID was an excuse. Everything's an excuse. People are finding excuses for everything. And
what makes a person like that?
I don't know, but I don't blame if the people who have this victim mentality, I don't necessarily entirely blame them.
Yeah.
If you're not exposed to things listen, I grew up with parents who were like, not strict, but it was like, I mean, they're hyper successful.
Yeah.
They work. There's no free time. There's no movies. It's work and learn. Work, learn. Go out to the garage, build, go sleep, work.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's no whining. You don't get to, oh, you're tired? Okay. Get to work.
Yeah.
Like there's
Sleep at night.
Yeah, you can sleep at night. Yeah,
Sun's
exactly.
still up.
So I didn't grow up in my my grandparents and everyone in my family hard workers.
Yeah.
And so there was none of that. But as time goes on, we get into more of this mentality with just give them a break. They're victims. And that's really harmful, and it destroys people.
I agree.
Because you go through life thinking you're less and thinking people are out to get you, and I think it's really harmful. And I think we need to stop doing it. I think
you're destined to lose. What kind of mindset is that? That doesn't give you an edge at all.
You're plaguing people's mindset. Any disadvantage they have, tell them. My mom tells me, she's like, Justin, you are capable. You can do it. Yeah. Oh, that's hard. Go do it.
Yeah.
That's hard. Okay. That means that not very many people can do it, but you can.
Yeah.
And that's that's why I'm here. That's why I'm sitting here. No one, you didn't invite me.
Yeah.
I reached out to you. I said, hey man, I'd love to come talk.
That's awesome.
With the club, I wasn't asking permission. I just did it.
Yeah.
And I wasn't scared. I could do it. So I did. I tried at least. And I think we need to, if you have that mentality right now with anything, you feel like you're not smart enough or you're not good enough, or just be smart enough.
And it's
work harder. Okay, you're smart enough. Work harder then.
Yeah. That's interesting that you use the word scared too, is because like when I don't call myself fearless, but if you were to ask me, I'd probably think of myself as fearless. Not because I fear nothing, but because even if I fear something, I'll still do it.
Yeah, brave.
Brave.
Not fearless. Fearless is stupid.
Yeah.
If you're fearless, you're an idiot.
Everyone has fears.
Yeah, exactly.
Some stuff's going to scare you, but that shouldn't debilitate you. When your fear starts to debilitate you and starts to make you draw back and go into the shell, that's when it's a problem. But if you say something, if you see something that could benefit your life and it scares you and you think, I'm going to go for it anyways.
If it's scary, you should probably do it.
Yeah.
Most things that scare you, you should just do it. It'll be fun.
That's where the best outcomes come from, or the best lessons.
Yeah. Usually it's a lesson.
Yeah.
It's usually a lesson. Yeah, exactly.
Awesome. All right, man. It's been a great episode.
Thanks for having me. You'll have to have me back on in a few months because there's so many things we didn't touch on. There's so much.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really appreciate you having me.
100%.
And I hope this was refreshing for people. I hope it was different.
100%.
Hopefully, maybe there's so much stuff that was hilarious. I was thinking about things that I was like, oh man, if I tell that'll be turned into a reel. But
no, I'd be down to have you on again.
Yeah,
it's going to be a long 8 months of school.
Yeah.
We have a lot of guests and 100%.
For sure.
It's been a good conversation.
Yeah, for sure, man. I was nervous. My hands are a little, that weird feeling, but yeah. Thanks so much for having me, man.
No worries. Everybody, thank you for watching. You can follow us on Instagram @VoicesOfVic, on TikTok as well @VoicesOfVic. Subscribe to the channel. Like the video. It was a great interview. Follow the @UofT Fitness page on Instagram. Join a community. Make friends. It's great stuff. You have a great leader here. And we'll see you next week. Peace out.